Welcome to the Daily Energize podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
What's happening, Energizer? It is I, your host, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity, coming at you. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is for you. Thank you for hopping in and joining me in this episode of the Daily Energize. It is so awesome to have you. It's awesome, but it's also freaking righteous. It's awesome and righteous to have you here joining us. So thank you for giving up some of your time and allowing us to be part of your journey, whether you're listening to this while you're driving, maybe you're cleaning or doing the dishes, or you're just sitting down listening, or whatever it is. Maybe you're running. Cool. Keep running, keep going. But thank you for hopping in and joining me today. It is so amazing to have you. Today's topic of the Daily Energize is habits. Habits, that's right. Not the things you wear on your head as a nun or anything like that. I think that's different. Oh, it's a totally different kind of habit. But habits and the things that you do regularly. Whew, that's going to be a good day, I could tell. All right. So the habits that you do, we've talked about this before, and we talked about James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Amazing book. Check it out. Listen to it, read it. Awesome book. But I just want to take some time and invite you to check in on your habits, the things you are doing regularly. Now, the cool thing about habits is our bodies love them, because it takes less energy to do them, right? We don't have to think about, what do I have to do? I have to do this, now I have to do the other. The thought process alone of creating something burns calories, and our bodies want to conserve energy. So it wants to build these habits and routines so that it can burn less calories and retain its energy. Now, for those of us that are, working out and trying to lose weight or anything like that, that could be annoying. But, your thoughts burn calories, not necessarily a ton of calories, but our body still likes to conserve energy. So, it wants to create habits. Excuse me. And we create habits pretty easily. Now, there's different sayings. Okay, it takes 21 days or it takes 3 months. Or there's a whole bunch of debate on it. I'm not going to get into that debate. But I will say, we fall into habits easier than we might think. Now, sometimes we are very intentional about that habit, like, I'm working out every day or 5 days a week, or I'm drinking enough water, or I say, I love you to the person I love in my life. Now, maybe we think about those things at first, but after some time it becomes a habit. A lot of times we are very intentional. I should say some of the time, we're very intentional about those things. And so hopefully those things are still serving you. So I invite you to check in on those intentional habits that you set. Are they still serving you? Because guess what? You've changed. You are a different person than you were 6 months ago, a year ago. Heck, you're a different person than you were from yesterday. So just, every couple months, I invite you to check in with those intentional habits that you set. Are they still serving you? Are they not? Do you have to tweak it? Do you have to adjust it so that it still aligns with you and with where you're going? But what about those habits that happen unintentionally? And they're so easy to fall into. Or ones that we do, and maybe it was intentional at first, but now have just become second nature and have lost its meaning. For example, saying I love you. How many times do we throw that around to the people that we do truly love, but we don't feel that energy? We just say, I love you. It's heartbreaking when you think about it, because if you're anything like me, there's been many times in your life when that has just become second nature. It reminds me of when I was growing up and we would say a prayer before every meal. Every meal we would say a prayer. And man, I could say that prayer forwards and backwards and everything, but I had no idea what I was saying. Right? There's very few times that I actually concentrate on those words. How many times do we do that in our life? Okay, what about other habits that we do without thinking? Turning lights on or off. Do we turn on the heat at this same time every day or same place. What about coffee, right? We get in the habit of pouring our cup of coffee or tea, or starting the coffee pot or tea maker, whatever you choose, every morning. Well, does that serve us? Do we need that? What about the habits of, here's a fun one. What leg do you put in first when you put on pants? What leg do you put in first? Try switching it around tomorrow. Mix it up a little bit. All of a sudden, it's like it's fighting that programming that you have, your habits. I'm not saying that the habits you have are bad. I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying we need to look at them and discern, do they align or do they not? Because a lot of the time, I bet you those habits still work for you and they still align with where you're going. But you might be surprised and find there's a couple that don't, that just are slowly deviating you off that course from where you're trying to go, from your trajectory. Or ones that just are there because they're there randomly and it happened in a form that just stuck. Okay, well, change them. If they don't serve you, get rid of them. Or change them or adjust them so they do. You are in control. But yet, so many times we fall back on that programming. We fall back on those habits to run our life because, we're trying to burn less calories. And so many times we don't even think about it. So I invite you to burn some extra calories. Think about them. Take some time as you go throughout your day and check in, hey, are these habits, the things that I'm doing, are they serving me? Are they in alignment? Or are they not? So let's just check in. All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you for being here and joining me. Keep being you. Keep sharing your love and light with the world. Check in with your habits. So make sure that they still align and serve you. All right, shine bright. And until next time, I will catch you later.
Yeah.